Good morning, YouTubers. This is Marty09933, and today I'm going to show you how to change the serpentine belt and the belt tensioner on a 2011 BMW 535i. It's got the 3.0. Okay, we're gonna start off by removing several bolts. These right here, I'm just gonna take them off and loosen them from back here. I'm trying to film with this tripod. It's all messed up. I'll just loosen these so we can just move it around. I started last night and I wasn't gonna videotape it, but I couldn't get the belt anyway, so I decided, well, since I gotta wait till today, might as well film it, help somebody out. And then we got some right here, and I'll show you everything that we're gonna have to take off. Okay, let me get started. Okay, hopefully this will come out good. Not sure how good this camera is or this phone is, but I start off with these. Like I said, everything's loosened already because I did it last night, and it's a 15 millimeter, or I'm using a 16. Take these completely off, set them to a side, and then just loosen them up from here. So you can flip these up, get them out of your way. I'll show you what that ratchet is for, ratchet tie down is for here in a little bit. Okay, now you're gonna pop up 1, 2, 3, 4 clips. Let me see if you can see that on here. Oops. Okay, there's gonna be one right here, the other one's right here, another one here, and another one here. Two of mine are broken, so the way you pop these, I'll show you right here. Just take a screwdriver or something like this, and you want to pry this up. You can actually even pop it all the way out if it comes out, and then you pull it up and it'll come out. Like I said, you do 4 of them, which I already did. And this will give you this little space so you can get to some screws that are going to be down here. Next, you use a T30, which I have right here. No, I'm sorry, I'm getting y'all confused. It's a T40, and you're going to take these off. Probably better if I just held it on my hand. Right here, under this flap, got one, and be careful because they have washers, and the washers do come off. Right here. Same thing on the other side. Lift it up. 1, and where's the other sucker? 2. Oops, see, that washer almost fell. That's what I'm talking about, see? Careful. Okay, once you do that, this bar should come off. This bracket should come off. Lift it up. Oh no, sorry. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 13 millimeters. Take them off. These have washers too, but the washer doesn't come off. Now this will come off. Put that aside. Now we're gonna work on this bracket. Now you can lift these flaps up. Boom. Got one on this side. Boom. And you're gonna work with these. These are not sure what size. Wanna be giving you the wrong size here. Nope, that ain't it. It's T30. Yeah. Take 2 off of this side. Then you go to the other side and get these other 2. Some glare here. Let me see if I can block the glare. Yeah, there you go. Then you got two smaller boogers here. This one and this one. Same size of Torx as you had in the other one. Then this one's kind of tricky. Let me put the tripod here so you can see what I'm gonna have to do here. That one you don't have any room to get to, so I bought this little ratchet. I've had it though, and it's T40, and it fits right in here. You can get a crescent wrench and just use the bit and take it off, but this works awesome. Comes off. They're real cheap. I don't know where I got that one. AutoZone or O'Reilly. And I think it should come off now. Let me back up the camera. Let's put you right there. Flaps down. And you have these 3 clips. See if you can see them. 1, 2, 3. That's where the cable to open your hood is at. Then you got these little studs, big old studs, not little, and they go into these holes. That's how it's secure. Get that out of the way. And now you want to disconnect this line. It's very simple. All you do is press on this tab and pull up. That's it. This tab. Let's see if I can get it on here. This tab right there. Push down on it and pull up, and it'll come out. Then what you want to do is take a screwdriver or something, and you're gonna put the radiator fan up. Get this cord out of the way. And the way you do that, I'll try to hold the camera here. Ah, come on, camera. Anyway, let's just. You're gonna pull this clip, this, push it back. Push it back. Same on the other side. Gonna push that clip back. It's gonna allow you to put the radiator. Let me see if I can put this between my legs. Sorry guys. Trying to get a view here. Okay, push it back. Come on. There, see how it popped up? I know y'all probably didn't see it. It's hard. See if I can lean this camera right here. Dang it, come on. Alright, we'll try it again by holding it between my legs. Okay. This tab, push it back and pull that radiator up. I know it's hard to see. And that's it. You got a tab here, but that one, it doesn't give you much trouble. Let me back up the camera and we'll pull this fan out. Oh man. Okay. Make sure you get the cable out of the way so it won't be in your way. Just pull straight up. You got to maneuver around these hoses right here. And see, it comes right out. Here's your fan. Now you're gonna have to get in here, and where is that sucker? Ooh, I might have skipped a step. Let me look real quick. Yeah, I skipped a step. Well, but it came out. I was supposed to take this screw right here out. And this goes right over here. Let me get this fan out of the way. When the radiator's still on there, but y'all can see it came out. But this is supposed to stay in there on that little clip right there. You can see that clip right there. That was supposed to stay in there, but let's see if I can put it in there to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, that's the way it was supposed to be. But I guess you can pull it out with. It'll come out either way. First time I did it, I went ahead and took this. Then I pulled the radiator and that stayed there. But look, it'll come out. But yeah, it's better if you take this screw out first and then pull the radiator out, or the radiator fan out. And that way that little rubber thing will stay there. Wow. Okay, now we're ready to get down and dirty here. Okay, we're gonna loosen the tension on that belt. I mean, there's several ways of doing it. I've done it. I did another Beamer, my first Beamer, and I just pulled that whole tensioner off without, you know, taking the belt off, because those belts are hard to take off. They're on there tight. So we'll see. I'll decide how to do it here as we get in there. But anyway, what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need a Torx T60. So you can move this tensioner, okay? Then once we take the belt off, or however I'm gonna do it, you need a E12 inverted, one of these bad boys. I'm sure it is a E12, yeah, to take out the tensioner itself. So let me get everything ready. Okay, guys, and I always work by myself. Of course, it helps if you have help. So what I do is I take this cheater bar, and then that's what that strap was for here, that tie down. I hooked it up on the rim, but I made sure I didn't get the metal. Let me show you here what I've got, my little rig up. I wrapped it around the rim, made sure that metal wasn't hitting on the rim itself. Here we go. And that's what's gonna help me. That's my third hand that's gonna help me, because like I said, these belts are hard to take off. I mean, I don't know why they're pain in the butt. Okay, let's pull this bad boy all the way. Okay. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That loosened the belt. See, now that's your third hand. You know what? This belt's real loose for some reason. Okay, yeah, because it's all messed up, that's why. So I guess you would want to pull the tensioner, and like I said, the first belt I took off was real hard. What I did is I took this 7/8 and I got the crankshaft and I turned it, and as I turned it, I pulled the belt off. I had pressure on the belt, and when I would turn the crank, it slowly came off till it came off. That's how I took it off the first time, but this time it's real loose. No, it is still tight. Maybe I can show you the way I did it. Let me try to get a close-up look. And like I said, it's hard to see, but I'll try my best here. Oh, you can't even see nothing in there. Okay, let me just show you what I'm talking about. See, I hooked it up on this crank shaft, and I turn it slowly, and as I'm turning, I'm grabbing the belt and pulling it out, and that's gonna make it go off that pulley. I mean, it's real tight. I mean, I've done the other Beamer and it was the same thing. It's real tight. You need to just turn the crank and slowly throw the belt off track. You can work it out. I almost had it out. I was working it out and I almost had it out, but I go like, nah, it was real hard. So I went ahead and did it this way, and it was a lot easier. Let me do this real quick. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you what I'm talking about. See how it's going off track? All I'm doing is turning the crank shaft with this socket, and I'm holding the camera right now, but see how it turns? And as it's turning, I'm pulling this belt out this way. Well, that's what I'm doing. It's hard to do with me holding the camera, but I'm pulling on this and turning the crank, and see how it's going off the track, and eventually it'll come off. You can try that, or you can work it out, and you can use both hands and work it, but it is on there tight. Okay, now we got the belt loose already, but we're not out of the woods yet. Now let me take off this real quick. Be careful not to scratch your car. And you'll have to maneuver around these wires, and see, that's what I use for that, a T60. Let me get the camera off of the tripod. See if I don't mess up anything. These are the holes. You just got to be careful pulling back and forth. Now we got the belt off, but we're not out of the woods. Like I said, there's another bolt down here. It's a 10 millimeter. Right there, and that has to come off with a spacer. Let's see if we can take that bad boy off. Okay, this is how it looks. Let's see if we can get in there. And you got a spacer. I don't know if you can see it back there. So you want to make sure it doesn't fall off. Put this back on here. And here it is, guys. That's what I pulled out from over there. You're gonna have two brackets. You bring them together. You stick this in through them, both of them, and then this goes on the other side. It's gonna be a spacer holding those hoses down. And to my knowledge, you can't take the belt till you loosen that screw. So see, now the belt can squeeze in between these lines, pressure lines, whatever they are. Now we can take that E12 and take off the pulley. Let's see, where's that E12? I said, just maneuver yourself around these holes. Missed it. There we go. And it's either gonna come out through the top or the bottom. I've done it both ways. Okay, there's that long ass bolt that's holding it. And you're gonna come out through the top or bottom, buddy. Well, I guess this guy wanted to go through the bottom. That's what your tensioner looks like. It's got that T60 and then that bolt in the middle. And when you put it on, you want to make sure this thingamajig goes into this slot right here. Line that up with that slot. And I got pieces of belt everywhere. Okay, make sure you take note of how the belt goes on there. That's always my problem. Anytime I do a vehicle, I always forget. And I looked at this one, but I didn't write it down. I can look it up on the website if I need to, but I always have hell with that. And then take your belts and just compare them. Get as close as you can. Stretch them out. Make sure they stretch out the same. And this one looks about the same. So, yeah, this one's beat. Check it out. Let's get over here. And the reason I changed the tensioner was because it was making a little clicking noise. And I mean, I'm not sure if that's what it is, but I know I needed a belt, so I went ahead and changed the belt and the tensioner. We'll see what happens when I put it back on. Okay guys, I got the belt on there, and I did it just like I told you. I take this socket and I put it on the crank and I turn it, and this time I push pressure that way, and eventually the belt climbs back onto the pulley. I'm telling you, these belts are hard to put on the Beamers. I mean, you're always gonna have hell with the Beamer, real confined space and stuff. And now I'm gonna put the new tensioner. The new tensioner will come with this pin. That way it guides you in the direction this is supposed to go. Like I said, you line up this little thing that's sticking out with that slot in there. Then you're gonna pull on the tensioner and you're gonna pop this pin out. And I'll show you how it's done. Move this and see if we can get a look at what I'm gonna be doing and see how much hell this is gonna give me. I got this cruddy tripod. I was out shooting last time and I was filming it and I shot the tripod in one of the legs and it's hanging in there though. Okay. I'm going through the bottom and just wiggle it, turn it around any way you can, get it in there, and eventually it'll go in there. Okay, there. Let's see if you can see this. That's the groove I'm talking about that you're gonna line up right here. See if I can take it out without. Let me try to zoom in. Take off my glove real quick. Okay, I got a close-up look of it. See that groove? That's the groove I'm talking about right there. You want to line that and push it in there. I may have to take the belt out. I'm trying it different. I'm trying to do it with the belt on, but I'll need two hands. But that's what I'm talking about. That groove right there. Make sure they're lines. Okay, guys, I actually got it in there without having to with the belt on. But if it doesn't go with the end like it did with mine real quick, and take the belt off and put the tensioner first, then put the belt. But see, all I had to do was press on the belt and get the tensioner in there. Oh, that was pretty cool. Let's just give it a quick tightening there. Okay. Okay, now we're ready to pull on that tensioner and pull this pin out. See if you can see it. Yeah, that pin doesn't take much. Let me zoom out. Here it goes. Boom, there's the pin. There. That pin comes out easily. All you do is pull on it and the pin will pop out. You wiggle it out and it comes out. Okay, I got everything on there as far as the belt and the tensioner. So I'm gonna fire up real quick and see if it doesn't all go to hell or blow up, or let's see what happens. Everything looks good. Looks good. Now we're ready to put it back together. And we'll just do it in the reverse. And the reason I keep pausing the camera is because I don't want y'all to sit here and watch me, you know, talk or, you know, take a while taking one bolt out. And I just want to get to the main point so y'all can see and get after it if y'all working on a vehicle. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put it back together, and like I said, just do the reverse. I would film it, but I'm in a hurry. I need to get it together because I need to go do some stuff. And like I said, if that tension doesn't go in with the belt on, take the belt off and put the tensioner first. And like I said, turn the crankshaft and push that belt in and it'll go in. And when you take it out, same thing, turn the crank and pull on the belt. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps somebody. Thanks a lot, guys.